Today, we're gonna break down the ending of Iron Lung. So if you haven't watched the movie yet, this is your spoiler warning. By the time we reach the final act, Simon is in pretty bad shape. Throughout the movie, he's been sent deeper and deeper into the blood ocean, while slowly realizing that the people behind the mission haven't been telling him the whole truth. One of the biggest revelations comes when Simon recovers the black box from the previous submarine mission. The data reveals that this wasn't some carefully planned exploration project. The organization already knew how dangerous the blood ocean was, and despite the losses, they continued sending crews into it anyway. In other words, Simon was never really expected to come back. As Simon pieces everything together, the situation becomes even worse. The mysterious presence that's been hinted at throughout the movie finally reveals itself. A massive creature emerges from the blood ocean, seemingly connected to many of the strange events that have been occurring during the mission. At the same time, Simon realizes that any hope of rescue is basically gone. He's trapped, his submarine is damaged, and there's no realistic way for him to escape. At that point, Simon makes a decision. Instead of trying to save himself, he focuses on preserving the information he's collected. Throughout the mission, he's gathered photographs, recordings, and data that could help explain what's happening inside the blood ocean. He combines this information with the data recovered from the previous expedition and secures it inside a flotation device, hoping it can eventually reach the surface and be recovered. It's a small act, but it's important. For most of the movie, Simon is focused on survival. By the end, he's thinking about making sure the truth survives, even if he doesn't. The final confrontation happens when the creature attacks the Iron Lung directly. Knowing that he's out of options, Simon deliberately sabotages the submarine. The vessel begins to fail, and that's when one of the strangest moments in the film occurs. The mysterious seed or medallion that Simon has been carrying throughout the story suddenly reacts with the blood flooding into the submarine.
Almost immediately, a massive tree begins growing from within the vessel. Roots and branches burst through the metal structure as the submarine collapses around him. The result is a chaotic mix of machinery, blood, organic growth, and destruction. Simon dies during the process, but the explosion of growth appears to destroy or at least severely damage the creature as well. Meanwhile, the flotation device carrying all of the mission data survives and rises toward the surface. That's the final image the movie leaves us with. The information survives. Simon doesn't. So, what does the ending actually mean? On the most straightforward level, it's a sacrifice. Simon begins the story as a prisoner who's mainly concerned with earning his freedom. By the end, he's willing to give up his life to ensure that the truth reaches humanity. His situation doesn't improve. He doesn't get rescued, but he still manages to accomplish something meaningful. The tree is where things become more open to interpretation. Throughout the movie, there are references to Eden, creation, and rebirth. Because of that, many viewers see the tree as a symbol of hope emerging from destruction. Others think it represents the collision between two forces, the corruption of the blood ocean and the possibility of new life. There's also the possibility that the tree represents something humanity doesn't fully understand yet, fitting with the movie's larger cosmic horror theme.
The film never gives a definitive answer, and I think that's intentional. Iron Lung isn't really interested in explaining every mystery. Instead, it focuses on creating questions that stay with the audience after the credits roll. For me, the ending works because it stays consistent with the rest of the movie. It's not a traditional happy ending. Humanity doesn't suddenly win, the mysteries aren't fully solved, the threat isn't completely explained, but Simon's actions still matter. He exposes the truth, preserves the evidence, and prevents the creature from continuing its attack. It's a small victory in a situation where a complete victory was never possible. And honestly, that's what makes the ending memorable. It feels earned. The movie spends its entire runtime showing how powerless Simon is against forces much larger than himself. Yet in the end, he still manages to make a choice that matters. But what do you guys think? Did you like the ending? What do you think the tree actually represents? And do you believe Simon truly died? Or do you think there's more to his story than what we see on screen? Let me know your theories down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this ending explained video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more horror movie breakdowns, lore discussions, and deep dives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.